Hello! In this user video, we will show you how to better interact with the dashboards in Ghana Links. We hope you enjoy it and that it will serve its purpose. Once you click on the dashboard link in Ghana Links, you will land on this menu page. As you see, this is a district profile dashboard that focuses on the northern region. Now, what's important in this dashboard that you will want to use are the icons through which you will be able to navigate on the respective dashboard that has information related to that category. So let's click on one and see what happens. So as you see, some graphics and some visualizations will appear when you click on demographics one. What's important here is the home icon that will take you back to the primary interface, the menu interface, and then you can always go back by clicking on the demographic data icon. Again, what's another thing that's important is the filter, because this is a filter that's linked to the map and it will change the map depending on what you choose. For instance, we have total population, but then if you click on the total population of poor, you see that the colors of the map will change. The legend of the map is shown below. For instance, for the total population of poor, we have a variation from 4,940, which is the lowest value or the lightest color, to the darkest color, which is the highest value, up to 44,877. And another thing that's important is the tooltip. So the tooltip has information about the population value and other variables that are presented in this map. This is an important logic to take away. For every graph, you will find this information the same with respect to household size. For instance, Pandai, you'll see that the average household size is 7.1, while the regional value is 6.19. Similar information can be found on demographic data part 2. We have household dwelling variables, for instance, access to electricity, access to fuel, access to sanitation and water source. Because this is a district analysis, it will show you, for instance, with respect to water source, which are the districts that have values higher than the regional value, and to what extent, what percentage people have access to water source in the respective district. For instance, here we are in Bole, and 95% of the population of Bole has access to water source, whereas we have other districts such as Eastman Prusi with 27% of our population with access to water source, and this is far below from the regional value of 63.8%. This is what the graph tells us. You see somewhere in the dashboard interface always the source of the information. In a similar fashion, or you can dive into, for instance, health data, where you will see that this visualization is again a map, a double-layered map with a color coding below and circles representing something above. In this case, we have the health indicator, a filter here. So we have these health indicators represented in the color-coded map. So for instance, if we click in the stunting in children indicator, we'll see that the color-coded map has ranges between 20 to 47%. And this corresponds to health indicator absolute values. So stunting in children absolute values of 2080 at the least, which will be the district with the lowest, with the lightest color, and that's West Gonja, for instance. To other districts with much higher values, absolute values, corresponding at 11,000 people with stunting, children with stunting, that we will find in secondary Igu. Yes. So as you change the indicator, the colors of the map will change. The values of the circles will change because they're all linked with each other.
So always remember to click on the icons to move from main page to each dashboard and back. Click on the filters to change the outcome of the visualization. Use the tooltip to read specific information or data point of the visualization. Read the legend to better understand the variables.
And once you have seen the interface and you're interested in a specific visualization, there are several things that you can do. You can decide to download the information, and in several formats. You can download it in a Tableau workbook in case you have the software. You can download the image in a PDF or as an image. You can also decide to get the data. If you want to carry on with your research and do something specific and different from what you've seen with it. Another thing you can do is also, if you find this page interesting, you can decide to embed it by taking the embedding code or by taking the link and publishing it in your website of interest.